Welcome to OWAD Today. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking lookalikes. And this week's we started with battle axe, which is everything else except this one horizontal line. And that is make it related, but it's pronounced and a meaning completely different. This one we unofficially met yesterday. It's mapped to September, mapped to the dog zodiac sign, and it's pronounced as Xu. And you can see this 2,000 years ago's version, similar, right? Got this open triangle thing that originally was the battle axe triangle. Then it's kind of broken up, this bottom line. And then indeed add this floating one horizontal line. And when this one line was added, it can mean, okay, it's either heaven or earth, because it's kind of in the middle of the frame. It's hard to tell, or heaven or hell, right? No, joking, because in China, back then at least, there was no concept of hell. It's at best earth. Heaven is not the heaven of Christianity either. Heaven was the sky limit, upper bound, and then earth, the lower bound. So the boundaries of human existence. There was no other bigger value judgment over there. So this one can mean either direction, upper or lower bound. And it can simply also means one, just number one. And when we have this one added to the axe, well, here is some interpretations by scholars. This means wipe out, means with one battle axe, one swing, this person is gone, diminished, removed from the domain of heaven and earth, the living thing in between. So it's wipe out of existence. And eventually this carry the cultural meaning that is close to the end of a cycle. So it's kind of diminishing almost to complete zero, or complete no energy, low energy polar of the yin and the yang. And so September, in the sense of in agricultural society, September would be close to, okay, it has to be September in the lunar calendar year. So roughly mapped to October of today's calendar. And this October, you can see, is end of the harvesting season, and the weather start to change from warm to cold, from productive month, and that's based on the crops growing cycle, to the non-productive month. That's, the earth is going to hibernate, and then prepare, get ready, get reset for the next year. So this is kind of closer to the end of the season, kind of a diminishing of the energy, kind of similar to the sense of wiping out, dimming down. Even if the wiping out is one swing of the battle axe, it's pretty deterministic and just one action. It's an on and off thing versus diminishing and dimming. It's more gradual, right? Okay, so again, 戊戌变法 was the most commonly used, because this should occur in my life mostly just 戊戌变法 as a historical event, and paired with a similar looking thing, right? That's the fascinating thing about Chinese. Like these two look very similar, but sound very different and meaning very different. And they're all related to the ancient calendar year calculation, the 60-year cycle. So that's 1898 in particular, a reform, a failed reform, to change the way, I guess, an ancient political system, how it operates. I can see from afar, that's probably very, very challenging, because the thousands of years had been in that system, only perfecting in the ruling in that direction, and now it's a directional change, right? So the success rate would be low, so it failed. 务实 so yesterday we have a 虚耕, so in this case 务实 similar. It turns out that both 务 and 虚 was used to map onto the time of the day, time in a day. So ancient times, instead of 24 hours, it used to be 12-hour segments. Every 2 hours of today would exchange to the ancient one character mapped, Chinese character mapped time. So 务耕 yesterday we talked about is 3 to 5 a.m. and this 虚实, wait, I didn't. Okay, this is a mistake. Okay, it's a 虚实. That is the 7 to 9 p.m. Okay, so this is just some past knowledge I no longer possess, because in today's calendar we're just used so conveniently as the contemporary time and calendar way. So this is old way, so I have no memory of that. Okay, 虚腿. In this case, this 虚 was mapped to the zodiac sign, dog. And unfortunately, dog was food, and probably still is to a smaller scale in East Asia. And this 虚 simply is another way to refer to dog. So dog, 腿, leg, turn out to be, I guess, East Asia way to make a ham. So instead of ham in the English sense of ham, this dog meat was added to the ham making process to make it more, I guess, a special flavor of sorts. So this is 虚, and instead of showing this one swing head off battle axe imagery, I would rather put September. But we all, after unpacking, like, oh no, this is pretty bloody, I guess, ancient time necessity. I guess ancient society, everybody's closer to death of some sorts, closer to battles, closer to death. And this is part of life back then, even if death was in a peacetime as 2026 in America, or in most part of the world, we still have Ukraine. It is peacetime, so it's a little bit hard to imagine that this bloody imagery used to be there. So, eventually this culture still had a majority of the time still non-battling time, but this battle axe imagery was incorporated into the language to mark the time, mark the calendar, mark the zodiac animal, and was sustained in the language, I guess, a second life in the language. Ooh, thank you for your time. See you another day.